Yo, because I'm representing FBA right now, so I know I got a lot of tough brothers behind me. And if I don't ask the right questions, they gonna grind me.
I don't know how people gonna want to join people that don't smile.
I won't be allowed in any of the group chats. If I don't ask
kick you out.
The honest questions. To by tomorrow, I'll be a coon.
Yeah. We back in the game.
What is it that they call me? What they call me? They called me Mother Teresa. And the tether, yep.
The tether.
Here we go.
Final thoughts out.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's on. Philly Block Talk. I'm excited. Look at me. Just get hey, what's going on? Look at his face. He ready for you. He ready. Look at him go.
Right now today. You ready?
Go ahead, man.
Today I'm Anthony Berry, and we interviewing the brother today.
Yes,
there's a lot of misinformation going around on the internet, and this interview is solely about just getting the truth out.
Okay, I gotta get serious like him. What's the name of this joint, man? What's the name of our brothers that we represent right now?
Can you introduce yourself, brother?
I'm Chairman Paul from the Black Panther Party.
Hello. Exciting news. What's up, man? Talk to me.
Like I said, there's a lot of misinformation going around on the internet.
Right on.
And right now, I'm representing FBA. Okay. I'm representing foundational Black Americans and our concerns with the Black Panther Party.
I'm a Black Panther today. I'm with them.
So
what's going on?
All the questions y'all need the answers to.
Yeah. What's your problem with us though, bro?
All the questions y'all need answers to, y'all gonna get it today. Let me just get that out.
Okay, what's your issue? What's going on with us, man? We trying to find out what's your issue.
I don't per se have an issue, but I just have concerns like everyone else because of the misinformation that's going on the internet. Okay. So I'm gonna go shoot right at you with one of the toughest questions.
Be respectful, because you know what I'm saying. Be respectful.
Where did you grow up at?
Watch your tone.
Lansing, Michigan, and I was taken from Lansing, Michigan by my father back and forth to multiple different states because my father was involved in some unsavory things that I'm not gonna talk about on camera because he's dead. He's not here to stand up for himself. But my father was involved in some unsavory things, and I followed in his footsteps. And so that required me to go back and forth a lot between Michigan and California, Lansing, Michigan, and Compton, California, and so I was born in Lansing, Michigan, and raised there, and a couple other places I spent a lot of time at as a child.
So your teenage years was in Michigan as well. You spent a lot of time in LA, right?
I spent time in Compton. I spent not really no time in Los Angeles proper. But yeah, mostly in Michigan, mostly in Lansing, Michigan. Yeah.
Was your father a Panther?
No.
Into the Panthers?
No, my father was into like I said, less than savory things. I feel like I would be dishonoring my family if I spoke up. Like there was a point in time where some of my dad's buddies from Compton asked me to come out there, and there was a point in time when one of his close friends started calling me his son when he died. You know what I'm saying? And that individual was one of the founders of the Bloods, one of the first Pyrus. And he got a hold of me through another OG named DuPont, Ricky DuPont. Ricky DuPont's from Looters Park, Pyro. He reached out to me like, yeah, we knew your dad. We want me, Stan. You got Stan on the phone, who's now gone, so I'm not really going to talk about him a lot either. You know what I'm saying? Stan Pitts from Looters Park. But they asked me to come out, and I came out, and I got involved in some stuff that turned out to be really foolish and really stupid and really goofy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not gonna speak too much about my pops, but basically when my mom had me, I was stationary in Lansing, Michigan. When my dad had me, I was everywhere he went.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This interview is about you, not your father. Mm-hmm. But when you went to LA and you got affiliated in the blood game, right?
I didn't get affiliated with him in LA. I got affiliated with him in Lansing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you still affiliated with any gang?
So I never got put off the set, if that's what you're asking. And so to some of the OGs and some of the homies that still got love for me, I'm still one of them.
But you're not actively gang
No,
banging?
I don't actively gang bang. Nope. That's counter-revolutionary.
Understand? Everybody have a background, including myself. So there's no judgment from me, but people want to know that.
Yeah, no, I don't actively gang bang. And when I did join the Panthers under the direction and the recruitment of Pablo X in 2020, it was a bunch of homies that was Pyrus, like 80 and Baby Westside and Baby Kenzo and all them. They all decided to join with me. I told them, I'm gonna make this move because I feel like it's the right thing to do. And y'all don't have to follow me no more because at that time I was their big homie. And whatever I said, just like them, they did it. And so I had to be like, I said to them, now I could call them up right now and they'd be like, 80, what did I say to you when I joined the Panthers? You said we ain't gotta follow you. What did you do? I followed you. You know what I'm saying? And so,
So Chairman
Where your
Paul,
interest for coming for the Panthers situation, like that whole move or love for black people, where your interest started?
well, I mean, my dad's black. I'm black. My family's black. And my grandmother went through a lot of hell, when she was younger, and she has a lot of bruises and scars from that. She's passed away too. And my uncles and my aunts, stuff they used to tell me, stuff I used to see growing up in Lansing, Michigan, like in the 90s, the police was like hyper aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You could be walking down the street and you hear the brakes, them slowing up on you, and they'll hop out on you, throw you on the ground, rip your shoes off, take your pants off, and everything else.
They been on that.
Like even when I first visited Philly, the first time I visited Philly was 2008. I was in Southwest Philly. I was walking down Chester Avenue, right by 58th and Chester, where that park they tearing down is at now, in front of that church where the Candy Man is at. I'm walking there, and the pig slide up on me and my brother Sanim, and hop out, make us take our shoes and socks off. You know what I'm saying? So and so I've always had a mentality of fuck the police because of that. But I like between 2012 and 2015, I underwent a lot of education from a lot of brothers that was pouring into me. You know what I'm saying? And it made my mind do a whole 180 in my head. And so then I met Elaine Brown in 2016 at Michigan State University when I had got back to Michigan that time. And I walked away from meeting her, and all these students looked at me and said, "Can you lead the protest?" And I had no clue why they asked me. I wasn't a Panther or nothing else, but they looked at me and asked me to do that. And that day I led 2,500 students down the street protesting. And that right there is what fucked me up in the bloods. Because from that point on, I couldn't ignore what was happening. I couldn't ignore that people kept coming to me like that. I couldn't, and I started, instead of doing what you're supposed to do as a blood, I started going to gather food. Me and Baby Kenzo, we started going and grabbing food and then making grocery bags and handing it out to people in need. We started patrolling neighborhoods and stuff like that. We would get into fights with people over stuff that they were supposed to be doing according to the rules we live by. We'd be breaking the rules we live by to check them. You know what I'm saying? And so it was like, hey, I get calls all the time. Hey, blood, what you doing? What you mean? The homies told me that you said that they couldn't make this play on this or they couldn't make this play on that. I did. Nah, blood, you can't tell them that. That's cool. I understand what you're saying. All right, now get off the phone. You can get on a plane and fly over to California, and he could be your big homie. But if you do that shit, you're going to have to fight me till one of us go to the ICU.
So what you saying is...
That was my... And so it was like a clash. You know what I'm saying? So,
So what you saying is, because you going from being a blood gang banging on the streets, basically going to war with people that look just like you for years at a time. And from you going from that point in your life and becoming a Black Panther and a leader, how did you really just make that transformation? Because that's not easy. From going, out there shooting at your own people to just waking up one day and feeling like I need to do better. Was you ashamed of what you was doing?
Well, yeah, definitely. That's one thing. Definitely. Anybody that's actually sat down and conversated with me on that level, would tell you, Like when people ask me about gang stuff or all this other stuff, I'll tell you. And somebody was, I can't remember which one of the, I think it was you. One of the comrades was like, "Hey, chairman, you doing all this good stuff, man. You know, respect, da 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 da." And I'm like, "Thank you." And I'm looking away, and everybody like, you know, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Because I know me, I'm evil. I'm a filthy, nasty, conniving devil, right? That if not for the Most High's mercy and him sending some real like revolutionaries to catch me, I'd either be dead or in prison, rightfully so. Because for the stuff that I've done to my own people, I should be dead. But for some reason, the Most High decided to put me on a path where I can save my people. You see what I'm saying? So I don't deserve to be the elders. Aaron Dix, they see stuff in me. The comrades, the world, they see something in me, right? When that thing happened in Michigan and them people was following me, I turned around and straight up asked them, "Why are you following me?" You know what I'm saying? Whatever the Most High doing with me, that ain't something I can explain to you. All I know is
that's what I admire about
me.
you.
I'm but me and of myself. If I'm being real with you and I'm telling you what it really is, every day, bro, every day somebody say something to me, and the first thing that come to my mind is, I'm gonna get this nigga. Pow! That's the first thing come to my mind, and I have to be like, nah. Even the elders, they tested me last night. I got on the phone with 3 elders, Bullwhip, Aaron Dixon, and Billy Che Brooks. And I'm like, yo, why y'all being quiet? Why these dudes attacking me? You know what they said? Get on the internet. They said, stay off the internet for a while, but we want you to get on the internet and do one more thing. We want you to invite all those people that are talking about you and challenging you to when we're going to be there on the 31st.
I respect that.
And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? They attacked my dog. They attacked one of my comrades and bloodied up his face. He got all the scratches, eyes swole shut. They ran up on another one of my comrades in another state. And he had to pull the shit out to defend himself. Because it was like 15 of them. And you want me to be nice? You want me to tell them to come over?
Right.
You know?
So it's a daily thing.
It's a daily thing. It's a daily thing.
Another question. I want to just get straight to the questions that everybody want to hear. You know, it's a sensitive question for a lot of people, maybe not for you. When I had the conversation with you the other day,
chairman, what's going on?
We had the conversation the other day.
They talking outside.
You was pretty open about it. So a lot of people in the foundational Black American movement, so I'm gonna describe it as a movement.
FBAs.
They want to know your ethnic background because, and the reason why they want to know your ethnic background, because a lot of Black American men these days, right now in this time, we don't want to be led by a non-Black American. We feel like the reason why is not because of racism, because it's culture. You can't possibly understand my culture if you come from London. You can't possibly understand my culture if you come from Nigeria.
Right.
So it's not racially. If you come from South Africa, you can't really relate to the Black American experience. So what is
you want to know what's funny? Before I get into that, my comrade was trying to holler at there was a phenomenon. You know what a phenomenon is?
No.
A white girl with an exceptional backside on it. You know what I'm saying? So the comrade was like, "Oh, I'm finna crack that." The comrade standing behind you right now. I said, "Nah, bro." He was like, "Why?" I'm like, because when it gets down to brass tacks, she not gonna understand you. She not gonna understand why you do what you do. She gonna say some racist shit that's gonna make you mad. She's just not gonna get it. So don't do it. You know, now if you want to if that's you're the type of moral individual you are, where you just crack stuff and it's just casual, then you do that with yourself. Okay, boom. You want to hit one of Master's daughters? By all means. My dad did that. You know, Huey P. Newton's, his people did that. Malcolm X's mom, she was biracial. You see what I'm saying?
Her mother was raped.
But right. And so the revenge is get her. You know what I'm saying? The revenge is, I see this brother walked up to me and said, "Will you accept me into the party even though I got children with a white woman?" I said, "You got Master's daughter pregnant with little black kids?" I said, "Hell yeah, comrade." You know what I'm saying? So I'm black. My mom is Master's daughter. My mom is Portuguese, Spanish, and French. Her name is Cherie Lynn Prindle. And my dad's name is Paul Lawrence Birdsong. He's named after Paul Lawrence Dunbar. He's black.
Italian, and French.
And my dad is black. My dad is a descendant of America's slaves.
So your mom is
European.
It's European. Is she her cultural background Hispanic?
No, my mom was raised in the hood. She was raised with black people in the hood.
That was
my mom.
thing.
Listen, there's a street called Theo in Lansing, right? And everybody knew on Friday night they gonna come to that blue house on Theo. That was my mom's house, and it was the party in there every night. You had different people from different gangs. You had pimps in there. It was all black in there with the sprinkle of snow bunnies and Hispanic people, but it was black.
So to
block
make this
party.
clear, you identify as a Black American.
Yeah, my birth certificate say I'm a black male. The pigs treat me like a black male.
So
the U.S.
the
government
white
treats me like a
people
black
are-
male.
are
My
saying
dad
the
is a
same.
black male. My whole family, I don't know my mom's family. My whole family, everybody that I regard as my cousins, my aunts, my uncles, they all black. Marianne Saunders, Birdsong, black. Alberta Birdsong, black. Twyla Birdsong, black. Ariel Birdsong, my sister. Dominique Birdsong, my sister, black, black, black. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
cleared up, y'all.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
cleared up.
So-
That's cleared up.
Yeah.
I mean, the society would have say if you got a drop of black blood, right?
Look,
Well, we not respecting the 3-drop rule.
But listen. My driver's license, you know where it says R, the race thing? It says B, big black B right there.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
and another thing, so you've been out on the streets protesting and going at ICE. Right now, they grinding you up on your stance against deportations.
What stands against deportation?
Well, you against ICE, you against deportations. That's what's going on the internet.
Is that your stance?
Right now on the internet, my bad, bro. Right now on the internet, people feel like you're against deportations, period, because you going at ICE. What's the name of the white woman that just got killed? Renee. She just was killed by an ICE agent recently, and you were against that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm against
It wouldn't
people
have
getting
happened if
killed
I
either.
was there.
Clarify your stance. What is your stance?
So
What's your
basically,
stance towards deportation?
why are you going against ICE?
So I feel that well, number one, before ICE was calling itself ICE mainstream, they were just those federal agents wearing or the police officers wearing the all black gear, like the officer that grabbed me in Michigan during the protest that ate my knuckle sandwiches that I served that day. You know what I'm saying? So you know when you Google me and you scroll down and you see them events and it said before long Paul found himself in a fight with a police officer. You know, so these things, I don't even regard them as people because they rape people, they kidnap people, they separate families. These things ain't interested in your ethnic background. They're like the SS squad. They're like they're like the Klan. You know what I'm saying? They're just motherfucking sadistic ass, evil ass people that'll do anything to anybody they're given the jurisdiction to do it to. That's why they just killed that father. Them 2 children in LA, them 2 black children, don't got a dad no more. Cause they killed an unarmed black man. Right? The little 4 children that just got taken from their house that are sitting over in Texas right now, and they from California. Why? Their parents were foundational black Americans. The woman they got detained right now, she's a foundational black American. So when the foundational black Americans ask me why I got a beef with ICE, well, why don't you? Because they got a foundational black American detained right now, and they just killed a foundational black American, took him from his children.
Well,
and they're gonna continue to do that shit. And that was before I stepped to them, they was killing black people. Before I stepped to them, they was snatching black people up. It's black people that are foundational black Americans that are in another country right now because they got deported. And their family isn't even from no other country. Their family was slaves. So why did they have to go somewhere else? Their family was here. Their family got brought here on ships or was born here, indigenous to here, and they got enslaved. Their great-grandmothers and great-grandfathers had brands on their back and whips on their back from being sold and whipped. Why did they get deported?
So, but that's not really a big thing that's going on. Like a lot, you're not really seeing any black Americans being deported. Now, there's probably one that was an exception because, he had problems with his paperwork because he was born outside of the country because his father was in the military. But that's a whole nother thing. What if they say to you, black Americans been dealing with police brutality since we've been in this country. We never not dealt with police brutality. Now, what if they say this is nothing new to us, but what we're saying is we cannot be deported. Black Americans cannot be deported because we've been here since the foundation of this country.
Can you be shot?
We are Americans.
Can you be shot in the
Yes.
street?
Yes, we can.
Taken from your children?
And we've been have.
Right. And ever since I got baptized with the revolutionary ideology, I've been stepping to the motherfuckers that's doing it.
Right.
Because ICE, if you and I go outside right now and ICE walk up to you and say, I need to see your birth certificate, I need to see your social security card, I need to know you from here, and you like, get off me, don't touch me, they'll put a hole in your chest. And I'll be the motherfucker that'll put a hole in anybody's head who tries. You know why? Because you black and I'm black and I ain't going for that. And I don't care what color you are. I don't like police. I don't like the establishment. I don't like white supremacy. ICE and the police are in the same boat for me.
Right.
So both of them is police to me. ICE is just police without the rest of the word police. It's just the ICE at the end. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a pig is a pig is a pig. A slave catcher is a slave catcher is a slave catcher is a slave catcher. I don't fuck with none of them. And I'm not letting none of them do anything to anybody because history shows that what they do to one group of people, they will do to everybody there. When Hitler got done chasing around the Jews out in Germany, what did he do? He locked down the whole thing. Even Germans were on house arrest. Even Germans, white Germans, were getting shot. Left in the middle of the street with a bullet in their head for their kids to look out the window and see. Even Germans didn't have food. Even Germans couldn't go to work.
Right.
Back then, I bet you the Jews is like, the Germans are like, why are you out there fighting with the SS squad? They're coming after the Jews. That ain't got nothing to do with us. And then they found out, you about to be a prisoner in your house too. And if you say something back to one of them SS soldiers, they're going to rape your daughter and make you watch. And then they're going to shoot everybody in the house. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing here.
Hold on, can I ask a question?
Real
Go
quick.
ahead, finish.
ICE is the same thing to me. When I see ICE, I just see another internment camp waiting to happen. When I see ICE, I see in 2004 when Bush made the United States buy all of them rubber coffins. When they bought all of them Kmart's and Value Cities and put them fences around them and made them look like jails and nobody's been able to go to them since. Who are those for? You think them is for the immigrants? You know what I think they're for? I think they're for any human being in the United States of America that don't want to go into a smart city. I think they're for any human being in the United States of America that doesn't want to convert to a digital currency. Like Paris. I think it's there for any human being that says no. I'm not leaving my house. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not giving over my guns. I think it's for anybody. And I stand for liberty and I stand for freedom. And I know if they take liberty and freedom, the black America is the bottom of the totem pole with moral respect.
People that say this, the Black Panther Party main focus should be on problems within the Black American community. Number one. Number two, why should Black Americans support multiple groups of people that never supported us in this country? Never. When our leaders was killed and shot down in the middle of the street, Martin Luther King was shot down in the middle of the street. Where was the Hispanic community? Where were they? They didn't support us. Where were the Asian community? They never supported us. Where were the Indian community? Where were the African community? Where have they ever supported us in large numbers where you could say their community, not just one or two people? When have they been stepped out there as a large group and you can feel their presence when they ever supported Black Americans on any main issue, recent issues during the Black Lives Matter movement? Where was the Hispanic community? How many flags, Mexican flags have we seen, Puerto Rican flags out there? When have they ever supported us? So why should we put our life on the line for them when they're being attacked in the streets and dragged out of their house and dragged out of their jobs by ICE? Why should we be frontline and center when they gonna be frontline and center for us?
So first, can I shake your hand?
Yes.
Thank you for asking me that question because that question right there is gonna allow me to pull this whole shit out the bag, right? It's like you open the door and let me out. So dig on this, right? First of all, Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, right? They are the descendants of America's slaves too. Their ancestors look like you, but the Spaniards and the Portuguese raped them over generations to get the melanin to make them look like them. That brother right there behind you, he's Puerto Rican. He's according to science, he's a foundational Black American. He's a descendant of America's slaves. And that brother right there behind you, right? When you see videos of me stepping to them pigs and fighting them, he be right there fighting them too. That's one. I got about 300 of them. Two. When I was fighting in 2020 against the police and we occupied the Capitol and everything over George Floyd and over Mayor Andy Shore taking $11 million out of the multicultural budget and closing down Black Family and Child Institute and the El Shabazz Academy, guess who was standing next to me? White people, Arab people, Egyptian people, Mexican people, Puerto Rican people, Dominican people. Matter of fact, one of the brothers that jumped in front of the tear gas can and got hit over me, he was Dominican. Barely spoke a lick of English, but when that dude shot that tear gas can at me, that staff sergeant, whatever his name was, the tear gas can came right from my face. He jumped right in and took it on my behalf. When Huey Newton was locked up, that was white, Mexican, Vietnamese. Remember, Huey Newton pushed the agenda to stop the Vietnam War on behalf of the Vietnamese.
Right.
You remember there was thousands of Vietnamese people who came here to fight for him to get out. Yeah. And when the police came outside with the guns, they were willing to get shot to stand up for him, for one of our leaders, for probably one of our most dynamic and iconic leaders. The reason a lot of us even grab a gun and we're all black outside regardless of the stigma, right? So a lot of people like to say, Bobby Seale said we're only about black people. Well, when Bobby Seale was locked up, guess who was out? Guess who got him freed out? It was a bunch of white people. It's a bunch of Asian people, a bunch of Mexican people, a bunch of Dominican people. It was when Fred Hampton mobilized the Rainbow Coalition to fight, when they were doing their little missions and stuff, it wasn't just black people. The Rainbow Coalition had the Young Patriots and the Young Lords, Hispanic and white, and they had to fight and fall in line with the 10-point program and the militant background, the same as everybody else. Right now, the Young Lords, when we mobilize, they mobilize. When they mobilize, we mobilize. And it's a mutual understanding that if you don't get down, then we're going to get down on you. You know what I'm saying?
Are you a Pan-Africanist?
No. I'm an internationalist. And I'm an intercommunalist. Remember Huey Newton created that terminology, intercommunalism?
Man, we be tripping.
I believe in it and I push it and unapologetically. Now, I want to say this too. Racism.
You're not stopping me next time, bro. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm gonna ask the question.
Listen.
All right, I'm gonna ask my question.
Racism.
Don't raise your hand up at me or nothing.
Listen, racism is ideologically unintellectual. Because in the reality of the matter, on the continent, there's only one race, is the human race. Now there's different genomes, there's different cultural backgrounds, there's different ethnic backgrounds, but as far as the species, human, right? He's the same species as you. Well, but a white guy outside is the same species as you. He's a human, right? He's a human being. He's a Homo sapien, homogeneous, biped, right? Homo biped, right? So just like you're a Homo biped. And for the people out there who don't know, a Homo biped means you're part of the homogeneous and you walk upright on two legs with your hands like this. That's what it means. So for all the people, what did he just call him? So I'm a Homo biped too. So boom. So I'm saying that to say the idea of racism, right, is dumb. The idea of nationalism. I believe in black nationalism, but I believe that the only way that black power can be established, that black excellence, black liberation, because I fight for black liberation. When you ask me what my mission statement is the protection of the black man, woman, and child by any means necessary. You notice the end? It said by any means necessary. That means if I got to unite with other groups, if I got to step, right, so they know what it is, so they can see, right? Because if you came to me right now and said, brother, next time you go to war with the pigs, I'm with you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, it's a pig around the corner right now. Show me. And if you don't, then I'm going to look at you like they sent you. I'm doing the same thing with them. They ain't got to say, the Dominicans ain't got to say, show me. When I go try to get a couple of them to come grab AK-47s and ride with me, they ain't never going to be like, prove that you for real first. They already seen me. So when I call them, they coming. I could call them right now and they'll come here right now. I could call a bunch of white people right now. I could say, look, the police out here, they trying to get me. It'll be armed white people, the news, and everybody will be here so fucking fast, right? But it's I did the work. I already put the proof out there. I came with the bag already. So you ain't got I came with your enemy's head in a duffel. So you ain't got to ask me if I'm really going to ride for you. You already know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I agree with that because we wouldn't have won the Civil War if it wasn't for the white brothers and sisters that fought when I was on our side. You know, the abolitionist movement wouldn't have worked without white people.
Exactly. I'm not saying put them above us.
Exactly.
I'm not saying The same way I check a pig, I check a drug dealer, I check a. Listen, it was a brother parked in the middle of the street. I don't know if you've seen the videos of me checking the pigs for being parked illegally and blocking the traffic and blocking the sidewalk. It was a brother parked illegally in front of that poppy store right down the block. Hey, brother, you got to come move your car. The kids had to go outside and onto the street and come back to get across the street. Hey, brother, you got to move your car. He's like, okay, I'm going to move it once I get my drink. I'm like, no, you got to move it right now. You know what I'm saying? I was right here. You got to move it right now. Not after you get your drink. You got to move it right now. Them kids got to go outside. They got to walk in the street to get past you. You know what I'm saying? It's anybody could get it. Trey Niner, you seen him? Anybody can get it. I don't care who you are. If you're posing harm to the black community, even if you're black, you could get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not specifically helping one group of people. You asked me about their protests when I stood up for the immigrants. That ain't what I was standing up for. I went there because the last 5 protests I seen in Philly, the police was whooping everybody's ass. Dragging them across. I dragged this old elderly white lady that's like this. They drug her across the street, punching her and kicking her. I wonder if she's even alive. So imagine there being a city where a chapter of the Black Panther Party exists and that's allowed. People can't exercise their First Amendment right on property their tax dollars pay for without getting brutalized by the pigs. And there's a chapter of the Black Panther Party in your city. It don't matter what color they are. It matters that that's the right. And if the right can be violated with them, like I was about to say, morally, according to the moral compass of the United States of America, we're on the bottom of the totem pole. They respect Asians more than us, Arabs more than us, Mexicans even more than us. Whether they believe it or not, the Mexican got more respect with the white man than a black man does, right? So what I'm saying to you is, are they wearing your skin? Do they got their elders buried somewhere with your teeth in their mouth? Were they buried with shoes made out of your skin? Did they cook you and eat you like they did us? Were you the delectable Negro? No, we're at the bottom, right? So the ideology that me standing up for them is crazy. It's crazy because if they'll do it to anybody else, they'll do it to the people at the bottom, the people they respect the least.
Right. So,
you got a plan for building anything?
I do.
Cause I mean, I don't want the whole thing just to be about ripping niggas' heads off. We gotta get money too, right? We gotta establish a way to survive and take care of ourselves.
Mm-hmm. So right now the Black Panther Party is getting into a couple things. We're gonna start a coffee brand. We're gonna start. Everybody got a clothing line, but we're gonna start one of those too. We're gonna start like an actual nostalgia store, and we're gonna hire people who got felonies and can't get jobs nowhere else to work there. The coffee brand, that's also going to be people who can't get jobs nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Youngsters who coming out of school, we want to create an after school program where they come and they work. You know what I'm saying? So what we want to do is get a building where we can put together shoes by hand, just like we do in prison. You know what I'm saying? And then they can build the shoes and design the shoes and sell the shoes. And each one of them, when they get the shoe made, they come up with a name. We copyright the name for them. They come up with a business plan. We put the money up for the business plan. And each one of those black kids that comes from school that day leaves out with a business that they started and their name is waiting. When they turn 18, see what I'm saying? We want to start gardens. I'm not talking about the gardens in the city where only certain people get access to them. We want to start open gardens. We will call it the People's Garden, right? We was going to use that whole courtyard. Right now we're looking for other spaces in Philadelphia who will open a space to us for us to use it, because if they let us use it, we're going to open up every space that we have. We're going to have free expungements that we pay for. We pay for the lawyer. Free gun licenses, free gun training, free first aid training, free survival programs, free martial arts training, right? Free political education classes, free cooking classes. You know what I'm saying? Free ironing classes, right? Free hygiene and grooming classes, free resume building classes, free gardens, free groceries that you can pick up any day of the week, like here. Free clothing that you can pick up any day of the week, like here. And we want to replicate that. And we want to replicate that in every major city across the United States. We want to be a place where you can come for those resources and get them. You ain't got to sign your name nowhere. You ain't got to be on this type of Section 8 or have this below this income level. All you got to be is somebody who wants to do better with yourself. Right. You should somebody who want to learn.
Huey's niece.
Mm-hmm.
She went on the internet and she's pretty upset with you.
That's all. I invited her to come.
Why is she upset with you from
my standpoint? So I think when me and the brothers that were doing this whole activism thing were doing it before we were Panthers, when we got recruited by Pablo X was acting on the instructions of an elder named Jomo. But when everything, was happening and people were wondering who we are and why we were calling ourselves at that time New Age Panther Party, Jomo wasn't coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm the one. I'm the reason they calling themselves that. I'm the one that told them that was okay. I'm the one that did this." In that whole situation, Elmer Dixon reached out to me and said, "Hey, we like what you're doing. We want to groom you. We want to teach you. We want to show you how to do that the right way. I want to introduce you to my brother Aaron." When he introduced us to Aaron, now, for the record, Elmer Dixon is a notable, reputable elder Black Panther. Aaron Dixon is his brother. Aaron Dixon is the founder of the Seattle chapter of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. The only documentary about the Black Panthers is actually done by the Black Panthers is My People Are Rising, and he's the star of it. So, and you got David Hilliard and Bobby Seale and Lane Brown, and all of them are in the documentary. So then I get to talking to Aaron. Aaron introduced me to Billy Che Brooks, Clarence Peterson, who's a Philly Panther. He's in the hospital right now. May he be well soon. Yeah, man. But yeah, Clarence Peterson, Barbara Isley. We got introduced to Michael Murray, Blair Anderson, Rashad Birdsong, and it's a couple other brothers and sisters' names I can't remember right now, but it's a lot of elder Black Panthers. Bullwhip. And so, and again, I'm not using anybody's names for a reference. I want you to come January 31st and talk to them and ask them from their own mouth. But so
her problem she had with you was
I'm using the name.
Okay.
And so this is the thing. When we went to Aaron, we talked to Aaron about Jomo and everything else. The comrades were like, if we're under the tutelage of the original Black Panthers, why can't we be Black Panthers? Right. So we went to Aaron. Can we be Black Panthers? Yes, you can. So then we had our own Panther image that we were using, And so we said, we went to Aaron and Elmer. Hey, who owns the original Black Panther? Who drew it? Emery Douglas. Okay, can you ask Emery, since we're Black Panthers now, can we wear the emblem? Emery Douglas gave us permission to wear the emblem. So we wear the emblem because the creator of it said we could. And we were called Black Panthers because the Black Panthers that are teaching us, guiding us, leading us, said we could call ourselves Black Panthers. It's not something. So now the problem is when Aaron did that, he didn't go find all of Huey Newton's living relatives and say, "Hey, I'm doing this." You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching these guys. I'm showing these guys. I'm doing this with these guys. Billy Che Brooks didn't either. Now, when people call them and ask them, they say, "Yeah." But the thing about it is a lot of these people are into like this revolutionary gangbang thing where it's like they set tripping. You can't be this unless I know you and unless I approve you. Who are you? Because at the end of the day, she's not a Black Panther. Never was. Right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Frederica Newton was never a Black Panther either. And Emery Douglas had to sue her over his drawing because she tried to copyright it. At the end of the day, the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense didn't come up with the name Black Panther Party. The brothers in Lowes County, down south, they came up with that name, and the Panthers adopted that name after the fact. So it's not really theirs to take. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Huey Newton's niece, she was never a Panther, and she doesn't have any claim to the name. She doesn't have any claim to the symbology. So if she tried to go sue me, they would say, "Well, where do you have a claim to the name?" Now, Frederica Newton did take out a patent on the name Black Panther Party for Self-Defense and Black Panther Party. Right? She did take a patent out on it. Cool. So if she decides to try to take me to court over using a name, the fact is the Black Panthers told us we could be Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't just take that up on my own and just run with it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was given the go-ahead to do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was told I could be a Black Panther. I was told all my comrades could be a Black Panther. Right. And the guy that was in charge before me, he wasn't around doing what he was supposed to do. So I was told that I was supposed to be the chairman.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Let's back up a little bit because her what she calls you out on was your stance. You standing on the side of the Somalian community. And she felt like...
When did I do that?
Because she felt like,
what Somalian did I stand up for?
So, I'm sorry, not Somalian, Somali. But the reason why she said that is because...
She's a Trump supporter.
You know what's going on now with Somalis.
The reason why she said that is she's a Trump supporter. So is Amanda Seals. Look at their pages.
All right.
They're both Trump supporters.
I didn't know that, so I'll definitely check for that.
They're both look it up right now. You got your phone? They both Trump supporters.
Okay.
So it's like, what? And Amanda Seals... when that went down, when I saw her talking, somebody said, "Yo, did you see Amanda talking crazy
I
about
didn't
you?"
see what Amanda Seals said about you.
She was like, "Oh, this is weird. They came out of nowhere. Who are these guys? This and that." But literally a couple of days before, she hit me up, "Hey, comrade, I want to come out to Philly. My sister is in Philly. She having a baby. I want to come out to Philly. I want to hang out with y'all and kick it with y'all. This is and that, acting all friendly." But then a couple of days later, and then she hit me up, and I wasn't able to hit her back, and so maybe she took that disrespectful. And so a couple of days later, she's talking bad about me on the internet. If that ain't a double agent, I don't know what is. You all, last time we talked, last time we talked, I got the messages. I didn't just delete them. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Trump is using the border laws, immigration laws, because he's racist? Do you believe this has something to do with race, or do you believe that our country should have border laws and immigration laws, just like every other country?
You asked two different questions.
Okay. Do you think he?
And I don't
think he's using it to be racist?
I think that Trump is an imperialist. I think at the baseline of him, he's racist. But I think he's an imperialist first, and I think he's an opportunist second. And so back in the day when the Black Panthers were powerful, he gave money to the Black Panthers to open those sickle cell clinics that they opened. Did you know that?
Facts, yeah,
Okay. Why do you think he did that? Because while everybody else was at war with these cats that could show up at your house, surround where you are and get militant with you, they had all of this support, even from other countries with military mights. I got an in with them because I gave them some money.
Right.
You see, an opportunist, imperialists look for opportunities to gain power. You see what I'm saying? At that point, the Black Panther Party was at the pinnacle of their power, right? So that point was the time to get in with them. You see what I'm saying? I think Trump, with the border wars and all that other stuff, I think that's about money, right? Them border wars and drugs and different things like that he started back when his last presidency and his presidency now. Have you seen these white people in their letters and their plans? You ever seen Albert Pike's letter to Mazzini?
No.
Albert Pike was a high-ranking Freemason. Mazzini was the leader of the Illuminati at the time, in I think he was in Bavaria, or he's in Germany somewhere. But Albert Pike wrote a letter to Mazzini mapping out 3 world wars where Islam and Christendom clashed. Right. United States and through Israel.
If somebody come to our country illegally, do you feel like they should be deported?
I feel like if they come to our country illegally, right, I believe that the people who make the laws to say they are illegal or not came here illegally and enslaved a bunch of people and murdered a bunch of people, so they don't have no say-so one way or another. I believe that if somebody comes over here and they're a hard-working individual and they have honest intentions and they're going to do the right thing, I believe you leave them alone. I believe if somebody comes over here with drugs, raping people, gangs, different things like that, send their ass back where they came from so they people can deal with it, because why they let them get away in the first place, right? If this motherfucker was raping people where you lived at, you should have domed them there. You let them come here.
So you believe we should allow anybody that comes to our country just if they should be allowed to stay if they're not committing any crimes? So we shouldn't have any border laws.
No, I don't believe we shouldn't have any border laws. I believe that our border law should be more in line with the U.S. Constitution. I believe that, the U.S. Constitution, when somebody says they're upholding the U.S. Constitution, what are they protecting the world from? What are they protecting the U.S. from? Threats, foreign and domestic. Right? So if somebody's not a threat, what are we protecting ourselves from? And I believe that, for instance, if somebody says, you know what, somebody says, you know what, I got a house, and somebody come to the border, what are you coming here for? I'm coming here to work. Do you already have a job lined up here? Do you already have a place you're going to stay? What do you mean you're coming here to work? Yes, okay, here's my papers that say this person intends on hiring me for this, and there's their phone number, you could call them. This is the lodging they're giving me. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing. Okay, you could come, right? You got a job. You finna do something productive here. You could come, right? Somebody comes to the border. What you coming for? I come for a better life. You got a job lined up here? You got anything going here? No. Come back later when you got your shit together. That's how I think it should be. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think it should be. So I think there should be border laws. I think, like the Black Panther Party, you saw how the comrades acted the first time you showed up. They didn't just let you in. You see how they acted today with you. I had to explain to you why they were at. They didn't just let you in, right? I think it should be the same with the border. I don't think we should just let people in. I don't think they should be able to bring guns and drugs and all that shit over here. I think they should be checked at the border. not just let in. But I think what their intention is and what they're doing here matters as to why they should be able to come or not. And I think charging poor people thousands of dollars, $9,000 for a visa, for them to be able to come over here. Hey, brother, let me ask you a question. You got $9,000 in your pocket to pay for a visa if they ask you one?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's just so it's like we expect other poor people who are coming here, like the promise of a better life in the United States of America, land of the free, home of the brave. People that are coming from countries that are ran by guerrilla militants that run coke and run heroin, that are coming here to get their children from that, so their children could go to a regular school, so they could work a regular job and have a little nice life, 9-to-5 life. They don't mean nobody no harm. We should make them pay $9,000 for a visa. How? How they gonna get that money? We should turn them away. We should say, go back over there and raise your kids somewhere we ain't gonna raise our kids at. And then if you get in California, all them places where you eat oranges, you gonna go pick them? Because in California right now, all them immigrants is
picking nothing again.
my man. Right now in California, all them oranges is picked by Mexicans, San Salvadorians, El Salvadorians, right?
Yeah.
All them car parts molded, right? You ask, if I go right now and ask a random brother on the block that don't got a job.
Face, man. Don't ask me to do nothing, man.
Listen. If I go ask a random brother on the block right now, hey dog, I could get you hired at GM right now assembling car parts. Man, ain't nobody trying to work in no warehouse, man. But if I go ask a Mexican right now, $23 an hour, benefits, GM, where I go? I go now? You see what I'm saying? And you need them parts when your car break down, don't you?
I agree.
You got any plan for the youngins, the future, for they growth and development and anything? Like you plan on grabbing any of these youngins around here before they get already too well out there to train them into being Panthers, or try to establish other headquarters in other places?
Yeah, we do that right now. Like if you were to stay here late enough, the youngsters, this whole group of them will come over here and play basketball with us and be play fighting with us and everything else. One of the youngsters, he walked up and recited a whole bunch of Panther ideology to us. Remember? And that junk was crazy. We was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
brother.
I mean, we gotta be smart. We can't only be.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You know what I mean? We gotta still have a brain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we gotta establish something so that we can have the way that Panthers had Oakland, New York, and other places on lock. We gotta start establishing stuff to have stuff. Because we asking for a whole lot. But what I was listening to in the conversation was half the time we want to live like the regular Americans. We taking their rules. We talking about border protection and all of that. And then half the time we really on nigga shit, black shit.
Yeah.
Right. So we got to get on one accord so we can do our thing, because everybody else doesn't.
Well, that's the other thing, and that's a reason that a lot of our own people have an issue with me, because
let's straighten that out. Right
let me tell you something
right.
that I was taught by a certain OG that's not here no more. But those who know Isakulu, the Bloods that know that name, Damus that know that name, Isakulu, they know who I'm talking about.
Respect,
right?
Respect.
And so what Isakulu taught us was create this line of 21 brothers. And in that line, stand in front of that line and say, who's ready to ride for this? Step forward. Watch everybody step forward. Then you say, who's ready to go get down for this right now? Step forward. Watch everybody step forward. Pull out a couple guns. Load them in front of them. Who's ready to go kill right now? Step forward. We finna go murder some shit right now. And the brothers start looking at each other. Some of them will step right forward. Right? The ones that step right forward, give them the guns and tell them to kill everybody standing behind them. Right? Now, hear me out. Why? Because the motherfuckers that ain't ready to do what needs to be done are the problem. They're the ones that's going to tell on you. They're the ones that's going to sell out. They're the ones that's going to vote for Trump. See what I'm saying? They're the ones that's going to set up the rest of us. They're the ones that's going to walk into a classroom full of children where we're feeding them in a breakfast program with a wire on trying to set us up. They're the ones that's going to come and plant some crack in the breakfast program. They're the ones that's going to come dump out the grits and put cocaine in there because they told them to. Yeah. They're the ones that's going to do that. So they got to go if the rest of us are going to be free.
We got a place to put them turkeys.
fertilizer.
And the whole
where worms eat them. You know
I'm
what I'm saying?
with it.
If you look, the protection of the black man, woman, and child by any means necessary. Not all of us gonna be able to go. Some of us gonna tell. Some when we running from massa, I watched this movie, right? And I'll shut up after this. I watched this movie, right? It's like some end times, tribulation, world end type stuff, right? Everybody's in the woods hiding out because martial law has been implemented and you got to do all this stuff and everything else. So they hiding out, they free, they living in the woods. Somebody comes to the edge of the woods with a bullhorn and says, "We know you guys are out there. We mean you no harm. Turn yourself in. We'll give you a warm place to stay, food, and everything else." This motherfucker is sitting there like, "I'm tired of this shit. I'm going."
Broke.
Waits till everybody goes to sleep.
Broke.
Goes. Says they right there. Now when when the lady go out there, you know what they do? Bah! Domed her ass. And then came chasing after everybody else. And everybody had to run and like 3 people got killed because of her. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on in the black community. You got a lot of brothers right now that'll sell you up the river, sisters that'll sell you up the river instead of standing with you to be free.
Right.
They don't want to be free. Massa good to us.
Man, Master's smart, man.
Yep.
He's smart, man. He was able to trick us out of our position, but I'm glad we spoke to you the truth.
There's a question
Chairman
you didn't
Paul.
ask me. You didn't ask me about the sex offender allegations.
Oh, yeah.
Woo-wee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to point out one thing to you. Number one, nobody would ask you to ask them about that on camera if there was something they was hiding. That'd be kind of stupid. You know what I'm saying? But dig this. So I'm not a sex offender. I'm not on the sex offender registry. If anybody has any questions about me being a sex offender, they can look me up on the sex offender registry and see that I'm not there. Mm. I have a gun license. You cannot have a gun license if you're a sex offender. If I was walking up on the pigs with an AR-12 or AK-47 and I was a registered sex offender, I'd be in jail. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all can have your opinions about them. You can like them, you can dislike them, but don't spread those type of lies.
Facts is facts.
Don't pit that on nobody. Y'all going a little too far with that. Like, come on, you went above and beyond. You calling him a sex offender? He's not a sex offender.
Philly Block Talk. We like to
everybody with common sense would know he would not be able to walk around with these guns on him in front of police if he was a registered sex offender. You can go on the app. If he was a registered sex offender, you'll be able to find him on the app like that easy. So let's just cut that out. Thanks for having this. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
And just for the record, I'm open to anybody coming and asking questions. I'm at 2123 North Gratz. I'm here every day, and I'm willing to answer anybody's questions. I'm not hiding or running from nobody. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not here, just walk around the neighborhood. You'll catch me in the projects
Y'all got it.
Or somewhere else. Step into the pigs or step into anybody else that's harming the community. Mm-hmm. All right, brother. Power to the people.
Follow you at?
They can follow me. They can meet me outside and follow me to do this work, to feed these people. I'm not really interested in social media. I'm interested in people putting their hands to the plow. So I'm just going to say you can follow me at 2123 North Gratz. You can come on Friday at 5 p.m. We'll be feeding a bunch of homeless people. Follow me doing that. All power to the people.
Right on. Let's go. Thanks, Chairman Paul. Appreciate you, man. For sure, man.
To get word, man, Chairman.
Oh, yeah.
Can I take a picture with y'all?
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you, brother.
That felt very weird.